Hey everyone, had a chance to go to the range last week and I got to flex the Connecticut Other firearm, the Connecticut Other, technically. This is my, if you haven't seen it before, 12.5-inch barrel, AR-15-ish, not quite an SBR, not quite a rifle, because it's made to be fired with two hands and not a stock. This is a stabilizing brace. I'm not going to go into the legality on stabilizing braces, but I just want to remind you that if you don't do your Connecticut form, or your Form 1, then this thing is going to be considered a stock. That's how quick it is. Can't show you. That's how quick it is to use just the buffer tube. And if you were to have something like this in your safe or use for home defense or whatever, don't put it into your shoulder. It will hurt. It's also not a stock. It's not meant for that. Use it as a cheek brace. Put it up against your cheek. This gives you a point of contact so you can see the red dot sight if you've got something like that. Or if you have a scope or whatever, this can give you consistent eye relief. I don't know how legal this is because the ATF changed their mind and apparently they make laws now. But I would wrap some tape around here just to have a point of reference if you're doing that. However, I have filed my ATF Form 1, the NFA Form 1. So this is going to become, it hasn't cleared yet, but this is going to become a federally recognized SBR. And in the state of Connecticut, as far as I'm aware, this is still kosher as an other firearm. So, that said, I did modify one thing. I changed the brake. I pulled off the flash hider, rather, not a brake, and put a dead air chemo muzzle device, is the flash hider, on here. And this is going to give me the ability, when I get a suppressor, because I've got a tax stamp, or have a tax stamp in the works, I might as well have two in the works. So, it's the gateway drug. The ATF has given millions of gun owners a free gateway drug. But anyway, I'm going to get my Form 4 suppressor. Well, I'm going to put in the paperwork for it, hopefully this week or next week. So when that happens, we're going to start the clock, and then it's going to be approximately a year before I can get a can to put on the front of this. So 5.56, it's going to be a 30 cal can. I've got it picked out, but I'm not going to state the name just yet because I want to save that. I also might change my mind at the last minute. But anyway, just want to remind you guys, today is May 12th. As I'm recording this, the end of the amnesty period, if you choose to file your paperwork for a Form 1 to turn your braced firearm into a short barrel rifle, is the end of the month, end of May. So I know this video isn't going to have a ton of reach. That doesn't matter. If you're watching this and you have a braced firearm, which many of us do, there's millions of them out there, go ahead, file the paperwork if you're interested in it. I know I was on the fence for a while if I was going to convert this, or what I was going to do, or just deal without the brace, or what. But anyway, make your decision. I will post letters from the state of Connecticut Department of Justice in here. I'm not an attorney. I'm not going to pretend to be an attorney, but use the information, hopefully, to guide yourself or give that to your attorney or something, and then we can figure out where to go from here. Obviously, this video is dated, and because the ATF has changed their decisions in the past, and because there's a number of court cases that are kind of in flux right now, I don't know how this is going to play out tonight or next week or end of the month or 2 years from now or whatever. But just want to give you guys an update. May 31st is the date. May 31st, 2023 is the date. After that, you have to go through the standard $200 tax stamp NFA process if you want to have a short-barreled rifle, as they consider it. Guys, stay safe out there. Part of staying safe is following the law as best you can. Part of being responsible gun owners is following the law as best we can and using the framework of the law to, you know, work within that, to voice our dissent, to disagree, to appeal, to file lawsuits, whatever we have to do. That's how we do it, within the framework of the law. Anyway, guys, stay safe. I'll see you. Also, if you're curious, it's fantastic. Little red dot optic, 0 magnification, 50 yards was printing about like that, and that was me. That was mostly me. I bet I could shrink it up even more. And that was with this stuff, Wolf Polyformance 223 Remington. Yeah, great gun. If you want to build a gun, go for it. I'm not going to tell you on YouTube how to do it, but if you want to build one, I highly recommend it. Just make sure it is dialed in. Make sure it runs all the time with whatever ammo you're going to put in. On that note, when I get a suppressor, I'm going to have to dial it in again. I'm going to have to make sure everything is still on point. And my point of aim is corrected for the suppressor. Fun thing. Anyway, see you guys.